Hi friends, welcome back to my channel again. So it had been a long time since I upload a video. So from today onwards I will upload the videos regularly. Please stay tuned and keep following my videos and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. So today let us discuss about the cell cycle, which is one of the most confusing topics in biology for 10th class. So let us go into the topic. So cell cycle. Before I start the explanation, what is meant by a cell? Cell is a structural and functional unit of an human body, and millions of cells make an human body. So this is cell. We had learnt about the cell in our previous classes. So what is the meaning of cell cycle? Cell cycle is nothing but the division of cell is called as cell cycle. Means in the process of cell cycle, the cell divides and it will be resulted in the formation of new cells, and the formation of new cells automatically results in the formation of a new organism. So that is what the cell cycle. So many of them will confuse what is meant by cell cycle, and many of them will confuse in the types of the cell cycle. So please don't confuse, and if you watch this video, I will assure you that you will be perfect in this topic. So systematically I had arranged all the subtopics in the cell cycle. So systematically I will explain. So first, cell cycle. Basically the cell cycle has two number of phases. So cell cycle, it has two phases. The first phase is called as interphase, and the second phase is called as M phase. So these are the two phases of this cell cycle. So first of all, what is meant by interphase? Interphase is nothing but a preparatory phase. Means in this phase, the cell prepares for the division. Means first it will make some preparations for the cell division. Means it makes copy of cell organelles and nuclei and the chromosomes. So in simple way I will explain you. For example, if there is a cell and this is the nucleus, here there is mitochondria. Assume this as mitochondria. If this cell divides, this mitochondria, you may have a doubt that if this cell divides and becomes into two parts in this way, and again it will become a circle in this way, this mitochondria will be present in this cell or this new daughter cell. In which daughter cell this mitochondria will be present? So it will be a lot of confusion. So actually what the process is, for example, this is a mitochondria, then in this interphase, in this preparatory phase, it will make a new copy of itself. Means same copy of another mitochondria will be produced, and this will be transferred to here, and when the cell divides in this way, here two mitochondria will be present. So in this way, each new daughter cell will contains each new mitochondria. So to get this result, first it must make itself a copy. So here in this interphase, it will make the copy. That's why it is called as preparatory phase. Interphase involves three more important phases. They are, first one is G1 phase. The second one is S phase. And the third one is G2 phase. This G1 phase is called as gap 1 phase, S phase is called as synthesis phase, and G2 phase is called as gap 2 phase. So this is the entire process of interphase, but these are just subheadings. I did not enter into the explanation. And this is M phase. M phase means two process. They are it may be mitosis or it also may be meiosis. These are the two modes of reproduction. Mainly meiosis occurs in the human beings and mitosis occurs in many of the organisms other than human beings. So here I will clarify a doubt that many will have confusion between what is 2n and what is n. Even they know the definition, they will not understand it practically. Actually, there are we know chromosomes, the thread-like structures that are present in the nucleus, which divides longitudinally while the process of cell division. Those are called as chromosomes, and basically there are 23 or 46 number of chromosomes. If the chromosomes are present in the pair, then there are 23 pairs like this. Then it will be equals to 46 number of chromosomes. And if the chromosomes are single, there are 23 pairs. Same here also 23 pairs. Here also 23 pairs. Here, but each pair consists of single chromosome. Then it consists of 23 number of chromosome. Here each pair consists of 2 chromosomes. So it will be 23 into 2 equals to 46 number of chromosomes. So chromosomes, here 2n means the 46 number of chromosomes and n means the 23 number of chromosomes. In the process of mitosis division, there the chromosomes will be equal for both parent cell and daughter cell. Means after the cell division also, the number of chromosomes that are present in the parent cell and the number of chromosomes that are present in the daughter cell will be always equal. So here if parent cell consists of 23 chromosomes, daughter cell also consists of 23 chromosomes. But here coming to the meiosis. In the meiosis process, in the meiosis mode of reproduction, the parent cell, if it consists of 46 number of chromosomes, but the daughter cell only consists 23 number of chromosomes. Means here the chromosomes numbers are decreasing. Here the both parent cell and daughter cell will have equal number of chromosomes, whereas here the parent cell will have some amount of chromosomes, but the daughter cell will have half of the number of chromosomes that consist in the parent cell. So this is the some of the introduction I wanted to give you. And in mitosis there are two processes called karyokinesis and cytokinesis. Karyokinesis. Karyo means nucleus, cyto means cytoplasm. In karyokinesis, division of nucleus takes place, and in the process of division of nucleus or in the process of karyokinesis, there are furthermore 4 phases are involved. 4 steps are involved. First one is prophase. Second one is metaphase. And third one is anaphase. And the fourth one is telophase. So after the division of nucleus, the cytoplasm also gets divided. This is the process involved in the mitosis. And meiosis, there are mainly 2 number of stages that helps in process of division. So this is the introduction. If you are confused now also, then I will tell you a sequence. First, the preparatory phase, interphase will be happened. In the interphase, G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase will be completed. And after this, in M phase, coming to the mitotic division, in mitotic phase, after this interphase, in M phase, coming to the mitotic phase, in the mitosis phase, we are having some of the steps like karyokinesis and cytokinesis. In karyokinesis, we are having 4 steps. They are prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. And after these 4 steps, then cytokinesis will be coming into force, that is division of cytoplasm. Then new cells daughter cells will be formed by dividing from the parent cells. So this is in the case of the mitosis. But in the meiosis only there are 2 phases that I will explain you while we are discussing the meiosis topic. So first I said in interphase, in the preparatory phase 3 steps are involved. There are G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase. G1 phase is nothing but gap 1 phase, S phase is nothing but synthesis phase, and G2 phase is nothing but gap 2 phase. In gap 1 phase, the cell will increase in its size. This is the most important observation that is observed in the gap 1 phase. And here in synthesis phase, the DNA will be replicated and the chromosomes will be duplicated. Means the DNA and chromosomes will make another copy I had explained you with the by taking the example of the mitochondria at the starting of the video. In the same way, DNA and chromosomes will make a copy. Chromosomes will be duplicated. DNA will be replicated. These 2 points you must remember. Gap 2 phase. In gap 2 phase, all the cell organelles will make its copy. As in the introduction, I had said you mitochondria will be copied. Here in the synthesis phase, DNA will be replicated, chromosomes will be duplicated, and in the gap 2 phase, all the cell organelles will be copied, make another copy of itself, and make chromosomes ready for the mitotic division, or it may be meiotic division as well. So next, if we discuss, the next process is mitotic or meiotic. This is what is called as together M phase. So first let us discuss mitotic. There are prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and the last one is telophase. So this will be understood properly if I had explained you diagrammatically. So this meiosis, let us discuss afterwards. So first, prophase. This is a cell and this is a nucleus, and these are the thread-like structures which divides longitudinally in the process of cell division called as chromosomes. These chromosomes will be, point number 1 is, the chromosomes will divide to form as chromatids, and the chromosomes will get boiled and gets condensed, and it will be getting coiled. Means it will be revolving in this way, coiled like thread-like structures. They will be coiling with each other. They will get coiled. So in a simple way, I'll explain you. It will be ready for the mitotic division. Like the chromosomes will become dark, so that it can be even be visible through a light microscope. In an easy manner, we can see those chromosomes with the help of the microscope. So these chromosomes, point number 1 is the chromosomes gets coiled, and they will be ready for the mitotic division, and the nuclear membrane will be disappeared in this. Starts disappearing in this prophase only, and there will be some of the preparations taking place in the prophase. In metaphase, and by the way, in prophase, this will be the structure, and here these two chromatids are attached to this point. It is attached to this point called as centromere, and from this centromere, centrioles will be given rise. The thread-like structures from the centromere is called as centrioles, and these thread-like structures will be divided from the centromere. Wait, I will explain you in a clear way. See, in prophase, two chromosomes will be attached to a point called as, this point is called as centromere, and to this point, this is centromere, some of the thread-like structures will be arised in this manner. These thread-like structures are called as centrioles, and these centrioles will be divided from the centromere, and if they are divided, they will be here, placed at here exactly to this near to the cell membrane. Then these centrioles will be divided and coming to the corners of the cell membrane. These centrioles also produces the thread-like structures called as spindle fibers, and these spindle fibers will get attached to the centromeres. This happens in the prophase, and in metaphase, all these spindle fibers will get attached to the middle of the centromere. That happens in the metaphase. In anaphase, the spindle fibers that are arising from the This is centriole, this is centriole. These are the spindle fibers. These are the chromosomes. These are the spindle fibers. This is the centriole. The spindle fibers arising from the centriole will drag the chromosomes towards themselves. So in this way, these two are centrioles, these are chromosomes. They will drag. These are spindle fibers. So these will drag towards itself, and these will drag towards there, so that it will become so in from middle, from the centromere, from the diameter, they will get separated, and in telophase separate nuclear membranes are formed, and this main nuclear membrane will be disappeared. If you observe, two daughter cells are formed. In a simple way, in this manner, the cell division takes place. So please rewind the video if you not understood. So friends, I hope you like this video. And there is a meiosis process also. Actually, in easy way, I will explain you about meiosis. Two phases are there in meiosis. The second phase is totally similar with these phases, and the first phase I'll explain you in the next video. It is very easy to explain, and it takes very less time, but for understanding it will be more complicated. So that's why I will explain you in the next video with two topics I will cover in the next video in biology. So I hope you like this video. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.